Start.
Okay. Hello, sir. Would you please state your name and rank?
My name's Ronald R. Pennington, Specialist 4th Class in the United States Army Infantry, the 1st Infantry Division, Big Red 1. I don't know if you've heard of them, but and our battalion was the Black Scarf Battalion. We wore black scarves. It was part of our uniform, and it distinguished us from other outfits, so we was known as Black Scarf Battalion, and it was a feared battalion by the North Vietnamans, and actually had a bounty on us. I do have some of the scarves with me to show you. So I served in 1967 and 68 in Vietnam, which was I graduated from Mason in 1966, so to give you a feel of what it was like. You get out of high school, if you didn't go to college, you was in the military normally, and I was all over the area near Cambodia, and that's where our operation. We had the biggest sector of operation in Vietnam. The 1st Infantry Division, and it was the 1st Infantry Division that was deployed to Vietnam. In 1965 they went. So
did you ever see any combat while in Cambodia?
Almost daily. I walked point, and I don't know if you've heard of a point man. My job was I walked point on search and destroy missions for 9 months, and was wounded twice. Got the 2 Purple Hearts, Bronze Star, Combat Infantry Badge, which are all medals I'm proud of. Probably was in skirmishes on almost a daily basis as far as snipers and ambushes and so forth, but on major battles, probably my tour in Vietnam, probably major ones, probably 12, 14. The Vietnam veteran seen more combat than almost any other soldier, because they did see them almost on a daily basis. Where previous wars, there was lines, and they, you could probably go through 4 years and never be in a major see combat over 3 or 4 times. Whereas there were so many elements in the Vietnam War. It's a fact that the Library of Congress has these facts that the Vietnam veteran probably got more daily basis of combat than any other war or action. So yes, my answer to your question is I've seen quite a bit.
Have you ever personally participated as a tunnel rat?
Yes, absolutely I did. Like I explained, the tunnel system for the Vietnamese Army was just tremendous. That's where they would resupply. They even had hospitals, and being walking point, we would run across them tunnels, and normally when you run across them, we would get. I was smaller then, so I would. Me or some of my buddies, we'd go down and we would have flashlights that we would either put usually a pistol and tape it to a barrel of a pistol and go down with a knife in our mouth and a pistol in our hand. It sounds like Audie Murphy, but it's true, because you got to have the stuff in front of you, because a lot of times you're going in like that. But anyway, we would find them, secure them, usually, and if there was intelligence that could be gathered, if we didn't have time to gather them, we would call the engineers in, and they would bring in smaller guys, and we would secure it for them. And normally, we'd throw gas grenades down in there, and if there was, sometimes they'd leave their wounded back to guard, and it would run them out. But yes, I was in quite a few tunnels. Wasn't on a daily basis, but we was in an area where there was a lot of tunnels, so it was not uncommon. Sometimes we even used dogs, German Shepherds, to sniff out the tunnels. So I got some pictures of them too and stuff. So. But yes, that's what a tunnel rat is, and now when you do go to Vietnam on a tour of the past, the Vietnam War, that's a big part of the tour, is displaying their tunnel system, because they was proud of it.
Intel were you trying to find?
Well, maps, mainly map the wounded, and what what weapons they had, but sometimes there would be letters left behind. You'd be surprised. Sometimes we would run in them tunnels and they'd be down there having dinner, relaxing or something, and they would leave rather quick out of a escape hole, which may be a mile away. And so they may leave letters from home. They may leave information from North Command. So anything that would aid our side in the war. What type of medical medicine they was using. Was they buying it from our black market, which they did a lot. What kind of food they was getting over there. It all aided in the war. But you get a lot of intelligence.
What do you have to do to get medals or citations?
Well, Purple Heart, you have to be unlucky to get wounded. I wounded bleeding in combat to receive the Purple Heart. I received 2. I got wounded 2 different occasions. The Bronze Star, Silver Star, or Congressional Medal of Honor are all acts of bravery. And I received that. And then the Combat Infantry Badge, which these are all my personal awards. It's a badge that you wear above all your medals. It's on top of all your medals. It's a rifle with a reef around it. And you have to be an infantry soldier in combat to receive that. You can be an infantry soldier just an infantry soldier, never in combat, but it doesn't have the reef around it. And then, so it distinguishes you from other soldiers. The infantry is supposed to be the hardest job in the Army, and so it distinguishes you from the other soldiers when they see that they understand that you did the fighting, and not instead of a clerk or something like that. Not that you don't need clerks and truck drivers and everything, but it just, everybody knew, it sort of paid you respect because you had one of the roughest jobs out there. So, but that's the 3, that's medals you get for your personal action. Now, as far as your unit, they get numerous meritorious recognitions and awards also, which I was in the 1st Infantry, and they probably got more than any other unit in Vietnam, and they distinguish that by medals, and then they add stars for these major battles, and I got 4 Bronze Stars with my unit.